Hello YouTube, Rezi doing a quick commentary over some Hardpoint Hijack gameplay that I got a few days ago against Vying.Manny. The team was Mike Dowers, Lee Watt and Ericsson. Yeah, it's a Hardpoint gameplay on Hijack. I got like 45 in Summit. But yeah, it's a really good team gameplay. I'm playing with my team at the moment, Visual.uk. It's me, Fnatic, Andy T and Louis. I'll talk about that later on in the video. But this video is a pre-EGL video that I've done before a few LANs. The only one I haven't done it before is EGL9, and that's because I didn't have a capture card to do it with. Anyway, straight onto it. I'm going to be... I'm just turning my volume down, sorry guys. Just turn it up a bit. I think that's alright. Anyway, yeah, so EGL9 is... EGL9's next Thursday, a week today, anyway, whenever this video goes up. But yeah, everyone's getting hyped for it, everyone's up for this event. This is the first event I've had a really good practice team for, like a proper practice team with decent people. The past two events I went with pickup teams, and the first event I went with like a school team from, well, it was their school team. There was 3 of them from the same school and I picked up for them. Anyway, back on EGL9. So if you don't know the way EGL9 is going to be formatted is it's a 3-day event. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday event. That means teams get there on the Thursday or on the Friday morning, depending on how mad you are. Teams get there on the Thursday. You'll sign up, whatever. Sign up closes at the usual time, which I think is about 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, around that time. So you can sign up until then, and then it'll be in the morning as well, the Friday morning. It's always then. Yeah, back onto the topic. Back onto the topic about this. The way this tournament's going to be set up is the top 16 teams from the Seeding Cup, the EGL8, and the Opinion Seed. They will be put into the top 16 pool play bracket, which is 4 groups of 4. 4 groups of 4 teams, so that'll be the top 16 teams going into this bracket, and they'll be playing it out for just, I think it's just for show matches and things like that, just so the streamer entertained and not having to watch not very good teams play on the first day. It also gives teams like for my team, or for weaker teams than my team, a chance to get into that top 48, top 32-ish bracket, and then sort of get that harder team coming in, and so they get a decent placement at some teams' first events. The event then moves on to the Saturday, where the top teams will be introduced into the round 3 winner bracket and the round 4 loser bracket. I don't know how they'll go into the loser bracket. It must be like bottom 2 going to loser. I don't get how it works that way. Anywho, you will then go through that day, and start of the Saturday is a bit of pool play left off, and then it goes into the normal EGL bracket from winner bracket round 3. Any team that will get to this point, any team that's gone out on the Friday, will then have an amateur bracket to enter, which is usually for tickets. But I think there's 2 brackets like this. There's an intermediate and an amateur. I'll get onto the intermediate bracket in a second. The amateur bracket is a bracket set up for people who get knocked out early, really early, and have nothing to do on the other 2 days. So that they will then enter that, and they could win tickets or whatever it is. I think it's going to be some sponsored stuff. So it could be like a headset or controller or something like that, something along those lines. And then on to the Sunday. And the Sunday, I'm going to guess it'll be like top 16, top 24-ish teams. And looking at it, the event should be finished by about 5, 6 o'clock on the Sunday night, so that's always good. And then you can just chill out on the rest of the Sunday night. The Sunday night of the Norbreck's always entertaining. Hashtag PedoRes. For people who weren't at EGL7, you don't need to know about that. Back on. Well, to my team. My team was, well, we decided the team about 2 or 3 days ago. 2 or 3 days ago, about 4 or 5 days ago, I don't know where that came out. I'm a bit tired, but 3, 4, 5 days ago, a week ago-ish, we got picked up. Well, I got picked up by Visual as a captain for the Visual.uk team to attend EGL9. I then picked up Andy T, who is the anchor. Well, he's known as Define Undersert, I believe. Then we have Louis, who's been he went to EGL9 with Mover, Taser, and Player One. And then we have Raj Fanatic. Some of you might know him. He has never been to a LAN. Neither has Defiant actually, but this will be the first LAN, so hopefully we can do something with them. We're hoping for a top 32-ish finish, as we don't play that much. We don't play enough, I don't think, to push anything higher. We would really like a top 32 though. It would be really nice. Going more into the event, if it's your first ever event, just don't. People say don't go for placements. I watch a few of Sour's videos and he said don't care about placements. Just enjoy the event. Just enjoy your first time. It shouldn't be for the competition at your first event. You should be enjoying it. Obviously, you'll get people who think they're going to get top 16 at the first events and stuff. Some teams do. Team Chi, Rosie's Boys, all them sort of teams did at their first event. Some teams won't. Some teams will just crash out. Pretty much it about the pre-EGL talk, really. Hopefully my team will stick. We're looking quite strong. Yeah, and we'll be wearing hoodies as well, so don't forget to look for the visual hoodie. I'll look sick. Never mind that. Another thing that's interested me over the last few hours on Twitter and things like that is the Fwiz comment about trash talking at events. Fwiz, if you didn't know, Fwiz is a top NA commentator who casts a lot of MLG events and things like that. Whereas nothing. He's and he made a tweet today saying about how the ESL banter, as you know, if you've been to events, people shout at each other and shout abuse and get into the heads of the teams. It was over the top and way over the top, and it shouldn't have been said in that way. If you haven't seen the video, I'll try and find a link and put it down below. Pretty much the video just shows Freako Dragons and teams like that just shouting abuse at each other, really. And then there's a picture of Jade for some reason, but Jade's the quietest gamer in LAN. I've never heard him shout to anyone. Don't ask me why. It was pretty much a guy who went across to ESL. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know. I think he might have YouTube subs or something like that. I don't know what he was doing there, to be honest. And he just made this like vlogs and things like that, and he took a vlog of all this shit talking that was going on at the event, trash talking, and he was saying that all these like not fully grown men, these men potty mouthing each other and things like that, and it was just faggoty, really, the way he came across in the video. And then Amaze did a video about a thing about it, an interview saying how it's just mind games. It's just need to get into the opponent's head, which it is, to be fair. And then today on Twitter, I've been looking down my Twitter feed and things like that, and people have been getting into sorting things out and things like that. And in that sense, people have been looking into things like that. And yeah, trash talking is there. Trash talking's part of the event. It's emotional. Sorry about that. Trash talking, people get emotional. Wait, Anyway, sorry about that, guys. Someone just came into my room. I don't know how far I was into it, but whatever. I'm starting from here. Straight away back into the topic. It's just players' emotions. Players just get emotional about things like that, and they do really, really, really love that love the game. And they just it's sport. Football players show their emotion on the pitch, and it's just what happens in gaming. And then people were tweeting out about sponsors and things like that. And if the players do tone it down and do sort things out, it will bring in sponsors, supposedly. But that's what we said about score streaks. Score streaks were meant to be this amazing thing that brought in loads of players. Look at that, EGL's dropped in attendance. We don't know how many people are going to be there, but it definitely looks like EGL have dropped in attendance. Now these things that people are putting across, I don't know, I'm not one of the top bosses at EGLs or anything. I just think if it's going to happen, then it'll bring in sponsors and things like that. But David Van der Haar tweeted out saying, I love the passion players show for the game because of this. The shouting and the passionate about it. There is a level that you don't go over. Racism, discrimination, things about family members who might have passed away, or things about just family members in all of a sudden call someone's mum bald. That'll be alright. I'm joking, by the way, but still, it just gets into people's heads, and it's just passionate, and people really do enjoy it. Into another topic, not another topic, but another side of this. I think it was Mello tweeted out saying about how they should install red cards and yellow cards and things like that about like how football do it. And I've only got a few seconds left on this video, but still, how football teams do it, and they install red cards and yellow cards, and we could do that and give people warnings and things like that. Now I think that'd be good, but they'd have to set a good line, because you couldn't just drop that in on someone, and it would be really horrible. But as this gameplay is coming to an end, guys, remember, follow me at VisualRez on Twitter, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave your comments on the things that I've said today. Check Twitter if you want, and I'll try and put that video below about the ESL. Follow at Team Visual on @TeamVisual, and follow my team. I'll put them below. Peace, man. I'll see you all later. I've been Rez, and I'm out.